Hello everyone, my name is Kathy Jellison. I'm the proud president of SEIU Local 668. For folks that aren't familiar with the Service Employees International Union, we have 2.2 million members nationwide in Canada and Puerto Rico. In Pennsylvania, we have 20,000 public service workers, which are part of SEIU 668. Anywhere you think about public services, that's where you'll find us. We also have about 20,000 healthcare workers in Pennsylvania that belong to Healthcare Pennsylvania of SEIU, and we have 20,032 BJ members that are the janitors and security guards across Pennsylvania. So across Pennsylvania, we have in excess of 60,000 SEIU members working all the time for the citizens of Pennsylvania. I think you'll find the website very informative. It's broken off into different sections so you can look at issues, and if you look at the issues page, you will see issues that are important to all workers, especially workers in SEIU Local 668. There's some training modules on there as well where you can go on and actually get trained, and hopefully this will be a help to not only new members but tenured members and people that are looking to get more information about our union. If members are looking to get more involved, they can go on and have online training. They can go on and get more information about the union, the history of the union. There's all kind of grievance forms and other forms on the website that you can download directly at home and get more information. Our Constitution as well is on there, the International Constitution as well as the 668 Constitution, and other valuable information. If someone wants to get more information about their particular chapter or committee that they serve on, or if they belong to an agency that has a committee, they can certainly go on and get specific information to your chapter, to issues that are going on within your chapter, to meetings, rallies, etc. that are happening, as well as chapter minutes, committee minutes, and so pretty much everything that happens within the union they can find here on our website. If a member wants to become more active in the union, there are different sections of the website that you can go to. You can learn how to do some advocacy. You can go on and learn how to write a letter to your legislator, for example. You can learn how to talk to a legislator, to call them, to set up meetings with them, and to get more comfortable doing the political work of the union, which involves all of us. As you know, we all function under the state budget, and the state budget kind of directs the direction that we go. So it's very informative to go there and to learn how to properly contact your legislators and have conversations with them. Our union is not driven by the president. Our union is member driven. Our members make the decisions of the union, and our members are very active in their participation in the union. Our statewide executive board is made up of members from all across the state, from every chapter across the state, and from every committee representing the work that our folks do. So when we have a statewide executive board meeting, it is those people that govern the union and set up the policies and procedures to run the union. I hope that when members visit the website, they learn a little bit more about the bigger picture of the union. They learn about the fact that we are working for all working families, that we work for justice for all, not just ourselves as union members, because as a union, what we want to do not only is grow, but also to get more active in our communities, get our community members more active. And we do a lot of advocacy work around the budget and with other advocates, child protective advocates, welfare workers advocates, and advocates all across the state, as well as work within the structures of SEIU, the AFL-CIO, and all the unions that I talked about earlier belong to a state council where we all meet together. It is our hope that when you visit the website, you will realize that there is much more activity going on in the union that you might be aware of. There are chapter meetings, there are committee meetings, there are activities, rallies. We do a lot of work with other advocacy groups. We do work in communities, and through the website you can see what some of that work is and tie yourself in and get involved, as well as take this back to your shop and talk to other members, because the strongest link of the union is the member, and so the more active the member is and more involved the member is, the stronger the union will be. In addition to doing contracts and grievances, the union does much, much more. We are involved in, of course, legislation. Any piece of legislation that comes down, we look at it to see what agency it involves, whether or not it's helpful or hurtful to us. And we do have a whole legislative department that works on the Hill in Harrisburg to make sure that those types of legislation are dealt with. We also lobby for issues on the Capitol on a regular basis. We go down either by committee or also as a group as a whole to lobby issues that are specific to our work site and to the jobs that we do. In addition to that, we are very active with our communities and also very interactive with our legislators, and we try to gain the support of our legislators, explain our issues to them so that they understand what we need the legislators to propose and how a particular piece of legislation could either help or hurt the citizens of Pennsylvania. In the end, we represent the citizens of Pennsylvania because we work in public services. So all the work that we do is for the poorest, the sickest, the neediest, and often the most dangerous populations in Pennsylvania. And that is our main goal, is to protect those citizens and to do our best to work for them. The bigger picture of the union certainly is to make sure that there's justice for all working families, that all working families are represented, and to actually raise the standard for working families, to fight for a fair minimum wage, to fight for unemployment, to fight for jobs, always to fight for jobs, and to have family-sustaining jobs. So that's a bigger picture, and that's a bigger part of the union where we do spend a considerable amount of time, in addition to, of course, the grievances and negotiating contracts. I think our members have to realize that legislation is very important when you're a public service worker. Things like the Marcellus Shale, which might not seem important to folks, closing the Delaware loophole, which is that where 70% of the corporations do not pay taxes in Pennsylvania, they have a post office box in Delaware so they can avoid paying taxes in Pennsylvania. We fight for those issues. If we could have those dollars go into our general fund, we could fully fund the public services that we do. So we're constantly looking at those kind of working family issues, justice issues, especially on the 1% who holds the wealth in this country. You know, we are the 99% that are the working families and want to live the American dream, and we can't live the American dream without the participation of all of our union members to get there. I don't think our legislators fully understand some of the jobs that we do and the importance of the jobs that we do. I know that they hear all the time from the big corporations. I know that the big corporations have big lobbyists that go down and lobby on Capitol Hill. So it's our job to educate the legislators, first of all, on the work that we do, secondly, on the importance and the need for the jobs that we do, and thirdly, that we accepted these careers because we truly care for working people and working families and those that are in need. And you know, that's why we're here. And that's the kind of things that we advocate for. The biggest misnomer of the public employee is people look at us as PennDOT standing alongside the road leaning on a shovel, and that's not at all what we do. We have workers that man the 911 call centers in area of aging to make sure that our senior citizens get medications, that they get Meals on Wheels, to make sure that they're taken care of. We work in the state hospitals, we work in the prisons as drug and alcohol counselors. We train and work with the developmentally disabled, the mentally ill. We are everywhere where you hear public services in Pennsylvania, and we do so much more with the citizens of Pennsylvania than I think any other union. Our members choose this career for a specific reason. They choose it because they're compassionate about helping the needy in the state of Pennsylvania. They choose it because this is the career that they want to do. They're certainly not going to get rich in public services, but it is the ethical code, the morals that guide them to do the jobs that they do, and they should be very appreciated in the state of Pennsylvania for what they do. I believe every citizen of Pennsylvania has a moral responsibility to make sure that our elderly are taken care of, that our poor are taken care of, that our children are taken care of. And I think that is something that's severely lacking in this last budget. There's a lot of cuts to services, and the block granting that's going to the counties, it's going to cut services by at least 20%. So I do believe that that's not happening with this budget in Pennsylvania, and that's something that we are going to fight and continue to fight to make sure that public services are fully funded. In addition to our website, we are also on Facebook. We do send out Twitter alerts. We send out emails, so if you want to be on that email list, you can find out on the website how to do that and get more active in your union, not only on the website, but also in your shops. In closing, I just want to say that every member of our union is valuable and you are very much appreciated. And I hope that you take some time to look around the website, gather all the information that you need, and certainly contact us for any more information that you think we need to put on the website, or if you have any issues. Thank you very much.